Today is day 5. We just went for a technical inspection and there is surprisingly little things wrong with it. I thought it would have like multiple of these A4s, but there's no rust underneath. Well, the only thing we have to fix brakes in front, we have to fix tires, we have to fix one of the tie rods. There is oil leakage, but that does not have to be fixed. We have to fix a couple brake pipes. We have to fix the exhaust. The exhaust is probably going to be the biggest problem because it's unknown whether we can find the parts for the exhaust. If we pay the mechanic to do everything, it would be about 654 euros. We're going to try and fix most of the things, hopefully. But basically, the main things that need to be fixed are changing tires are going to be expensive, and changing exhaust is expensive. So if we can fix those, that knocks off like 200 euros off this price, and maybe we can also fix a couple of other small things. It depends on how much it costs and if we can get replacement parts, because in most cases it's like, yeah, we could maybe fix it, but yeah, we don't have the replacement parts, so it's going to be like a temporary fix. And even like the mechanic themselves were like, yeah, it'll be fixed, so you'll pass MIT, but then afterwards you'll probably break down again, or some other part will break down, because we're not replacing the entire exhaust. We have to fix like tiny parts of the exhaust because the rear exhaust is no longer available. Also, the door has to be fixed, but they can't fix the door for us because the handle and the parts are no longer available.
I decided to do it myself, and I drilled a couple of holes into the holder that I screwed out of the door, and then I'm going to put a wire and hopefully attach the door handle.
Okay, so I bent a nail over to sort of get that handle feeling here, but I don't think this is gonna work because I still have to make the actual mechanism work, which means it needs to turn on a pivot on that side as well, and it needs to turn so that it pushes another part down over there, and like there's just too many parts missing. Okay, so today we are at the Jumbo to yeah, ignore that, that's in progress, trying to build that. We are at the Jumbo to try and sell my car to my dad, because then the insurance goes from 55 euros per month to 5 euros per month, which is a significant difference. And you know, wow, I won't have a car, but it's not like I'm building up insurance-free years, because this car is too old for that. Today is day 8. We removed all kinds of grill parts, we jacked it up, moved both the wheels. These tires need replacing, and yeah, it's looking like something left in the bad part of town. But it also looks like it floats. For the rest, this lamp was broken, and this grill was broken. So, glued the grill over here. We have put new sealant around the lamp here at the bottom and glued it back on. And as well, we have these two giant ass speakers that my dad bought because he saw them at a second-hand store, but they're never going to fit in the Sunny, so we're going to need to get new speakers anyway. But we can use them to test the radio or something. Now, that axle over there needs to be replaced tomorrow, so I've oiled all these little bolts over here in the hope that we'll be able to unscrew them as soon as the parts arrive. And a bonus is, now it feels just like it has power steering. Yay! It's day 9 and I'm back in the Twingo to go visit Vincent for his birthday, and wow, it is so nice to have power steering again. I mean, it is so comfortable. This car feels so light, the pedals are so light, the shifter works so beautifully, steering is, oh my god. Okay, yeah, the Nissan needs a lot of work. I've been trying to get a new exhaust. I've been scouring the internet. I finally found one. I ordered it. They were like, sorry, yeah, we have to cancel the order. It's no longer being produced. However, there's an aftermarket part that was produced after the original exhaust was no longer produced, so maybe that's still available. I look, no, that's also out of production. So now I've managed to find like a second-hand exhaust, and I hope they actually send it to me, because I'm pretty sure they're going to say, oh shit, we don't actually have it. Same with the wheels. Nobody makes tires for these kinds of wheels now. I've managed to find a couple second-hand tires and a guy who will put them on there for me, so that will hopefully work out. I've also been trying to maybe consider putting completely different wheels on it, but the only real option I have is a couple of 16-inch wheels from a Volvo, and to go from 13-inch to 16-inch seems like a bit much. Day 11, the weather is absolute garbage. The sunny is out, and we're going to be taking that car then. The Twingo's over there, but that one has better gas mileage because it's a diesel, and diesel is cheaper than petrol. So we went to this place, we removed the tires, we rebalanced the tires, and my tires were definitely the dirtiest ones there. Okay, so we're back. We have these tires. You can see they're winter tires because I called them up and I was like, hey, do you have my size tires? Because almost nobody had my size tires. And then they were like, yes, we do. So we drove all the way there, and then they're like, oh lol, we did not, I didn't even check. But they did have winter size tires, and they're like a third of the price of literally everybody else anyway. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever. We'll fix up the car. At least it can drive on the road again. Today is day 13. As you can see, all the parts are here. Well, most of the parts. We still need a new exhaust, and nobody seems to want to give me an exhaust, so that's going to be a problem. We're going to try and put these wheels back on. We're going to try and put those rings on these wheels, and we're going to replace brakes and all kinds of other stuff. Okay, so we got these rings because we can't get actual wheels, and they're supposed to have these rings on it. And now I'm starting to doubt whether these rings actually fit on the damn thing. Okay, so the rings completely do not fit on that one. However, they fit on the Twingo. We replaced the brake pads here. They were definitely a lot bigger than the originals. It took a little bit of MacGyvering. We created this ingenious brake pushing tool. We didn't actually have the right tool. Now we wanted to remove the axle and fix that. But despite all our MacGyvering, it's not turning out so great. It's being sort of damaged, so that was not working. We tried using this wrench because we didn't have a big enough wrench, so we managed to get the huge ass nut off. Then we figured out that we needed to get this lower control arm off somehow. That one is just completely round. It's just been rounded off from whoever last owned this car. So it's looking like a no today. We have WD-40, our best friend. But yeah, we have hammers, we have pieces of wood. We have literally like so many like simple hand tools, but we don't have the actual tools that we need. And also like these ball joints back here, I don't know how we're getting them out. I tried Chris Fix's like hammer it silly, but you know, I hammered it back all the way to fucking Asgard and it's not coming out. So for now we're just going to ignore it and we're going to deal with it tomorrow. It's raining outside, so I have to keep the doors closed, and we're gonna try and remove this panel, but the door only wants to open this far because there's a shelf there. I just found out that I'm not getting the exhaust. It seems very unlikely I'll be able to find another version of the exhaust because I guess nobody sells the exhaust anymore, which seems to be a problem with everything in this car. Like, we need a new door handle for here. That's why I'm removing this entire panel to try and look what the door handle looks like, and then try and like ask anybody if maybe possibly they have a door handle for me. Do you guys also have such fun memories in road trips in the Nissan Sunny, sitting next to your brother at the toolbox, trying to figure out how to get the fucking handle out of the fucking door? This here is where the door thing was, so I thought I'll close this door so I can test if it works. The door actually is over there on the shelf. The door handle doesn't want to work anymore. And this door handle also does not want to work anymore. Vision on my last statement. I've just realized that because this part is so thin here, because it has to go over this wheel arch, that the front door mechanism is different from the back door mechanism. Which means I need to go take apart that panel now. I realized that what I said before might be not as relatable for my older viewers. So for them I say, you might remember when you were driving back in your lovely Nissan with your hot trophy wife part box there and your cute little son toolbox in the back seat. He's really got his mother's looks. And you were trying to figure out how to get this damn little plastic panel around this fucking handle. So I decided it might be a good idea to swap out these wipers. They're a bit old. This one's completely stuck to the screen. I want my tool to take them apart. It's in there. There is no longer a handle to open this door. I have a big problem. Either I'm too stupid to figure out how this fits onto that, or I'm stupid and I just bought the wrong one. The plot thickens. As we can see, there is a little pin here, which needed to go in a little thing on the other one. Now, of course, there is no hole here that fits onto this, except for maybe this bottom groove over here. It seems to slide on like that, but then it doesn't stay stuck here. Okay, fine, whatever. Then I look in here, and I see that there's like a little pinhole. See, it would go on like that. The only problem with this is, my wiper goes on backwards. With a lot of MacGyvering, the axle is finally out, and I almost got hit with oil, which is not so nice. It took a lot of hammering. It took another MacGyver tool, but we managed to just remove every single bolt here and then get the axle out. We managed to then fix the axle over there with a lot of hammering and a lot of little clips that had to be removed and all kinds of stuff. But now this entire wheel side is done. Tomorrow we'll do the brakes on the other side and we'll replace the transmission fluid. My book has become very, very smudgy. My hands become smudgy. We lost like so many of those rags, so they've just gone completely to shit. But this side is working now. I think this saves me like €100 at the garage anyway. Plus, you know, it was fun. When it started working, like putting it back together, everything fit perfectly and we were like, whoa, this is so much easier than on the way there. So, you know, that's nice. We also managed to fix these. We just removed these little holders from the old one and then hammered them in back here. For the back part, that did not work out because it broke. We broke it. We broke the piece. You can see there that it snapped off. So we'll have to figure that out later. So this is day 16. We have to replace all that oil. However, we started doing that and then we realized that the car is not straight and not level, so we're filling it wrong. So first we're going to swap out these brakes, lower the car, and then we're going to fill the oil. We also got this humongous boy. It was a lot bigger than the other boy. We borrowed it from the local garage because we needed this square tip to open up the oil filler cap. The car battery is empty and now we have to jump start it. It sucks. Okay, end of day 16. The car, you may notice, is now in here the other way around. It turns out that because we fixed a little pipe in there, there was no leaking of air anymore that would go into the engine and increase the rev, because more oxygen means more power, you know. But yeah, we closed that off so that there wouldn't be leaks, which were causing like weird bumps. But that does, however, mean that we had less air in total, so the engine didn't want to start anymore. We had to jump start it, and then we had to keep it at high revs, but now we've screwed a little thing, and it's permanently at like 2.5 revs, but I think it will be fine. We'll fix it tomorrow. We still have to fix all the brake lines in the back, but the brake lines in the front and the brakes have been fixed. We have topped off all the oil for the transmission, and then we went for a test drive. We came back. Transmission fluid still good. These front two wipers are good. Rear wiper, I don't know how we're gonna fix it. It's a problem. We're just gonna ignore it for today. But tomorrow we continue. It's day 19. The battery of the Sunny has completely died, so we're charging it up, and we kind of just rolled it out onto the driveway. Today was day 22. We de-rusted all the brake lines and we recoated them with like an anti-rust tactile coating. It's day 26. We're at my uncle's scrapyard. He has an old Sentra, so we're gonna try and steal the door handle from that one.
While I was there, I looked at all kinds of cars, including the chassis of a 240Z. Apparently there's another one in the forest somewhere. And we took apart the door, and the handle seems to be similar.
So this is the handle we retrieved. It's for a Nissan Patrol, and it's slightly different as in that it's made of solid metal. It's significantly heavier than this handle. It also has 2 springs instead of just a single spring over there, so it springs back a lot faster. And also, because of the 2 springs, the hinge point is inside the car instead of like on the handle itself right there, like on the outside of the handle, which means that we're going to have to increase the hole where this one goes. The mechanism part handle goes, that's that one, and we're going to have to make a new hole for this to go in, and then I should hope that it works. If we look here, this is the door. If we line up the bolts with those bolt holes, you see there's going to need to be made a slightly bigger hole over there, because it has to go just right next to that, and we're going to have to make a new hole over here somewhere so that it fits. But then we have a door handle, and I don't know, maybe I'll chrome wrap the other door handles, or I'll spray this one black and spray all of them black. We'll see what we'll do to get it matching.
So anyways, I started blasting, and we utterly massacred this door handle area, but at least you can't really see it when the door handle's in there.
Yes, it works. It works, boys. Okay, it took us like a whole bunch of work, because the bar in here that opened this door was not quite long enough, because this handle is slightly longer, and we had to cut holes in the door, and we managed to kill, I believe, 2 saw blades, as well as a entire drill bit that just died on us. But in the end, the door is here. It is silver, unlike the nice OG black door handles that are supposed to go on there. Now I'll have to see what looks better, to spray paint this black or to wrap the other ones in silver. I'm leaning towards wrapping the other ones in silver, because it's possible to undo that, as opposed to, like, it's very hard to get the paint black off this again. Speaking of black paint, the grill is being painted now, as well as like the grill deco that says Nissan, and it's drying right now, and then the car will go get certified tomorrow, and hopefully it will be fine. We didn't manage to find a different exhaust. Nobody responded, or well, the one guy who responded was being a real arsehole, so I didn't want to buy his exhaust. And also, I wasn't sure if he even had it at all. He was kind of throwing me around the loop. So we're just going to let the garage fix it temporarily, long enough so that we can go through the certification. And then we have 2 years of certification, so fuck it. Whoever buys the car next is going to have that problem. Speaking of black things, this person doesn't like me making my video. Darth Vader.
It turns out that you can't just call up and say, I'm coming tomorrow. You have to actually schedule an appointment, so that's gonna take a week. So it's gonna be in the next video. And meanwhile, you guys can all be excited with whether it's gonna pass or not. I hope that it's gonna pass. I think it will, although there's always the chance with the Sunny, you know. You can always just decide to give up and die. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, and maybe consider subscribing to the channel.